Hello and good afternoon everyone. Today we'll be talking to you about 3 different KU talent events that we all have attended as a group, giving you brief insight into what we learned and how it relates to our leadership and capabilities. The events that will be talked about will be LinkedIn, finance and retail. So Nabiha will be talking to you about the LinkedIn event.
We have learned that personal branding is key. It enabled us to think about what else we can offer to employees besides our degree, whether that is getting involved in extracurricular activities or joining a society. For example, I have been attending many events that the university has held in order to build my confidence and start networking with others to give myself the best opportunities in securing work experience or a job. We have learned that building contacts is just as important. The event also taught us how to build a professional profile where we are able to showcase our academic achievements, qualifications and skills, and it allows us to connect with industry employers that personally interest us. LinkedIn is a great tool for us to look for opportunities as employers use this to search for potential candidates to work for them, and as we are all graduating soon, LinkedIn is a great place to start. I will now be handing you over to Muna, who will talk about retail.
The retail event was for any undergraduate or postgraduate students interested in retail, doing any degree or subject in Kingston University. Organizations such as Morrison's, Waitrose, Sainsbury's, Enterprise Rent-A-Car, Majestic Wine, River Island and other organizations attended the event to promote their internships, placements, graduate scheme in different departments such as HR, finance and administration. By attending the event, it has given me a confidence in talking to business representatives. It also allows me to ask employers about the different roles and opportunities that they have for graduates in the retail sector. Sharuvi will be now talking about the finance event.
The Big Four firms in the accounting industry offer the largest variety of jobs in the finance sector. Leadership is a requirement, there's no denying that in any business. It's needed to bring the teams involved to the next level in driving business performance within the organizations. One needs the following leadership qualities, the 5 C's: conviction, character, care, courage, composure and competence.
Leaders of the financial business should aspire to move from a primary focus on counting wealth to a more balanced role that includes creating wealth and being influencers of strategy. To some extent, the team is still stuck in the role of transaction processes, and evolving beyond this requires a whole new set of skill sets. Sourcing these new skills is problematic, so they tend to be homegrown, i.e. developed from within the organisation. Maybe in-house training could be offered to potentials. Thank you for watching our video.
What we learned about leadership and management from James Kahn. Based on James's early life, there are some key morals which any entrepreneur can learn from. First, there is no substitute for hard work. James's father started a business from nothing and managed to support his family without knowing any English. Secondly, by focusing on little goals, you can achieve great things. Alexander Mann Associates was started out of a cupboard. James's first goal was a larger office. Finally, be prepared to fail. If you expect to fail and something succeeds, then you're better off. However, if you expect to succeed and fail, then you're worse off. When relating James's life to the effectuation framework, we can see a number of principles have been adopted. The first principle being bird in hand. James started out with his means, looking at who he was, what he knew and who he knew. He knew that he wanted to run his own business, so declined his invitation to join the family enterprise in order to seek his own success. James is one of the most followed and influential people on LinkedIn. This is where another principle of effectuation, patchwork quilt, comes along, as building contacts, networks and working with different people will encourage better interaction skills, which in turn will help in attracting the necessary funds and resources and negotiating better with investors and suppliers. Being able to attract the necessary funds and resources, James was also able to accomplish one of his projects, which is to open up a school in Lahore, Pakistan. From his journey, we have learned how having little money and no financial support, James still managed to become a successful entrepreneur through his capabilities, skills and appliances. James had discovered new opportunities through temporary part-time jobs from which he was able to build networks and contacts. This is where the principle of effectuation, pilot in the plane, comes along, whereby you rely on and work with people as the main driver of opportunity. What we learned about leadership and management from Malcolm Levine. Malcolm is a personal branding coach who teaches people to improve their business skills by personally developing themselves. His former clients include Tony Blair, Alistair Campbell and Michael Gove. He also has corporate clients such as Tesco, McDonald's and Nestle. Malcolm advises one to identify their role model and make a connection to their own life and aspirations. His next recommendation was to always be the best you. Self-esteem is what you believe about yourself and confidence is how you feel others perceive you. Passion and positive thinking bring people together like a magnet. Finally, Malcolm encourages one to live by the 3 Ps, have a clear purpose, be patient and persistent. Malcolm's recommendations can be linked to the intercultural effectiveness scale, validating concepts such as self-awareness, positive regard and exploration. Self-awareness and positive regard can be seen from Malcolm's question to the crowd about whether they see themselves as half full or half empty. This allows for people to consider an alternative argument.
Leaders should have the ability to persevere during difficult times.
A leader needs complete information to be able to make competent decisions.
Leadership success always starts with vision.
Leadership is an ability to motivate others to achieve your goals.
In leadership, we need to understand the importance of diversity and teamwork.
Leaders need to be creative in order to come up with different solutions to different business issues.
I remember James Caan talked about his key feature of leadership, which was to set smart goals, motivate others to achieve them.
According to James Caan, organizations focus on backing people with strong leadership capabilities.
By attending KU's Talent Commercial Awareness event, I have learned that students lack commercial awareness in the business world.
One of the guest speakers who attended our lecture was Kate Llewellyn Cripps, a senior schools engagement manager, early careers at Royal Bank of Scotland, who spoke about her experience about her company and what it delivers. From her speech, I learnt that RBS are a member of employee network groups. The network provides personal and career development opportunities through networking and thinking and training events that would enable individuals to excel and challenge themselves and are able to gain access to personal development.
We've also learned that when you have employees with different backgrounds and experiences, it will bring together a variety of perspectives, and the more diverse an organisation is, the more creative it will be, which is one of the key factors of leadership.
Right, so let's share our experiences of James Caan's KU's event.
Yeah, that was the great event I went to, and it motivates me in different ways, like the way he explained his leadership skills, the way he implement those skills to the companies, to his employees. That was really helpful.
So what was the key aspect you learned from that event?
I remember he told
he told us about his advice, which he gave to his CEO of his company, that they should learn to accept their failures. Like, he told us that fear of failure is the thing that holds us back to make decisions, holds us back to take risks. So that thing showed me and motivates me that failure is not the end, it's just the beginning. We should learn from our failures.
So that was the aspect I liked the most. So tell me about which key feature from the James Caan KU Talent event you like the most.
Well, one thing she said was that organizations have to focus on hiring and backing talented people who show entrepreneurial drive. And as far as individuals are concerned, they use the abilities they possess themselves or they already have those abilities, and then they implement those particular abilities in the business framework. And that's how they succeed. You know, they are self-aware, they have the right mix of all the key leadership capabilities which an organization is looking for. And that's how, in a situation where they have to use their leadership capabilities, they implement them in a proper way, and that's how they succeed in an organization.
Okay. After we went to James Caan's event, we attended KU Talent Commercial Awareness Seminar. Share your experience with us, please.
I learned that there's a lack of commercial awareness in students.
So why is commercial awareness important?
Commercial awareness is important because it's all about you having a general knowledge of business, your experience in business environments, and your grasp of the industry you want to work in.
Okay, let's combine it with the VUCA world. So basically the VUCA framework means that we have lack of knowledge, lack of information. So us as a future leader, if we have complete information or knowledge, this can enhance our decision making, right?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And I also want to add that I learned being commercially aware helps with the balance and rationality theory of decision making. Businesses in today's age operate in large worlds where they're not aware of everything and unpredictable events can happen. Us adopting leadership roles in large worlds and being commercially aware mean that we will sometimes have to make decisions which are second best rather than optimal.
Leadership is a process of social influence in which a person can enlist the aid and support of others in the accomplishment of a common task. It is all about how one influences other people and manages in a unique, effective way, driving everyone collectively towards a goal. There isn't one way of being an effective leader. It is a misconception that leaders are born. Well, actually, leaders learn leadership qualities as they progress in their careers to a position of authority. A good leader, however, requires good interpersonal skills, listening, communicating, and time management, to name the few. The KU Talent Team allows for students to gain information by attending events. These events hosted by the KU Talent Team has a lot to do with leadership and management due to the fact that they offer events such as job fairs and presentations from previous students that have gone on in real life to become entrepreneurs. To further explain these points, we have put together a short video . Networking is a vital part of the business environment, and in order to be a successful leader, you need to build your relationships from a very early stage. The future is unpredictable, and one can never be sure when you will need to use or rely on the networking connections you have made. Have an idea? During the course of the Leadership and Management module, there is a constant encouragement to develop your idea and make it come to life. If you create an idea, there is always someone who will support and guide you through the process and make it a reality. James Caan, one of the UK's most successful entrepreneurs, started at a young age. Following in his father's footsteps, he stood out from the crowd and generated his own success. James stated, "It is the failures you make in business that propel your success." Being informed in this constantly changing environment is a key factor before investing any valuable time and money in business ventures. During James Caan's presentation, one of the key ideas picked up was to be on top of the market. One should know it well and study it. Being creative and looking at possible opportunities that have not yet been developed or can be developed further in order for your idea to stand a chance to be successful. The Labara event hosted by the KU Talent Team allowed students to gain insight on what it means to be a true entrepreneur and the steps it takes to accomplish your goals. Starting up Labara for the co-founder was not an easy task, having to run around and to get sales by foot and to deliver telecommunication cards by hand. This shows that once you have an idea, not to give up on it, because being an entrepreneur and being a leader only takes having one idea. This is something that was further instilled into our students while at this event. In addition to the previous points, we also learned from the co-founder of the Labara Group that being an entrepreneur is a process and that you do not start from the top. Therefore, it can take weeks, it can take months, but to never give up. Being an entrepreneur also does carry risks, so it has to be something you put your all into.
Leadership is hard to define and good leadership even harder, but if you can get people to follow you to the ends of the earth, you're a great leader. This quote made by Indra Nooyi, the Chief Executive Officer of PepsiCo, can precisely explain the concept of leadership. Here we can see some of the most outstanding and well-known leaders throughout the ages, from Alexander the Great in 330 BC to Bill Gates, the man who evolved technology, a gift that keeps on giving. As Indra Nooyi quoted, leadership cannot be defined. As it can be seen in this figure, a successful everyday life of a leader requires a plethora of attributes, making it extremely challenging. The KU Talent events promoted by this module offered us a more in-depth explanation of the use of leadership in our careers. This can be illustrated in the following experiences gained by these seminars. With the Understanding Careers in Finance event was the first we attended as a group. Various people in the finance industry discussed about the requirements of the jobs, being social and making new connections, which are key to getting people employed in the industry, since most jobs aren't advertised. The lesson learnt therefore was to persist and show massive interest for the job and to take advantages of the contacts you have, which is a part of effectuation, and to constantly persist at it like a leader would do. Personally, my career path will be in finance, so this event prepared me for my future. I am one step ahead knowing the qualifications and requirements for the jobs in this sector. It made me more determined going down the path and inspired me in being more confident.
In the speech we listened to, the background of the speaker in terms of sticking to a dream and capturing it no matter how many obstacles and sacrifices can be given in the road to our dreams was the part that impressed us. Persistence, confidence and the passion to achieve your goals characterize the great leaders.
Our team also attended the event presentation on Liberty Insurance presented by Kingston alumnus Samantha Ridgewell, who now manages a graduate scheme in this company. This presentation was effective as it increased and assessed our capabilities by preparing us with the most important aspects of her sector, motivating and leading us a step ahead of the other potential candidates. For these reasons, we are grateful for Samantha coming and helping us decide the right career path in the most crucial time.
This Cave Talent event has deeply introduced us about how mathematics can affect our future study, working careers, and most importantly, the numerous influences and the conditions of being a successful leader in the future. Leaders with great experience in mathematics can insight the change of market and make a good decision for responding either in price or other financial decisions, therefore showing the plethora of qualities a leader needs.
Throughout this year and during this module, we have explored and engaged with a lot of aspects of leadership, from being a successful entrepreneur and the effectuation process, to the different leadership styles, the use of CSR and sustainability, and the use of communication. The importance of this knowledge is undisputed. The success key of this module, though, was based on its organization and presentation style. The use of guest speakers, videos, and movies during the lectures inspired and motivated us, emphasizing the importance of leadership.